some fortress somewhere on the hill to see what is going on, who is coming, who is leaving the village. They always came to control who visited family, and they used to say, he is our uncle, because in my country, uncle is wife's brother, and he's got a different last name from the rest of the family, because usually wife takes a husband's last name, and they couldn't check if it's true or not. And they had to say also in front of children. Everybody, each family had a lot of kids, 5 to 10 kids, and you know, children, they don't know how to lie. Some. And if they said in front of children that he's a priest, he could say to soldiers, and they could kill a priest. And when priests came to the family, all neighbors, all friends came to the house to see a priest, to hear him, because they were only educated people in the country. They teach them how to read, how to write. They teach them, they judge if they had some problems between the neighbors or in the family. And also they celebrated Holy Mass for people in the village. Usually, if they had only any remain from the old church, just the wall, they used to say Mass over there because it was not a great place. If they destroyed total some churches, they said the Mass in the middle of the valley, in the fields. Then all people from the village came to be with the priest. And priest didn't have any money, nobody could pay him. But everybody brought a piece of bread, piece of cheese, maybe some fruit, rarely a piece of meat, you know, because they didn't eat meat every day like we do it, most people today. And when they stayed somewhere in the middle of the valley, in the fields, usually ladies and kids were close to the priest and men were on the back. Then, you know, when you kneel down, we usually kneel on the both knees, but Croatian men always kneel on the one knee, somewhere in the back, because if they saw that soldiers are coming to see the dirt, they could jump faster and to run on the other side, then soldiers follow them, and ladies and kids have enough time to hide from Turks. Even today you can see very often Croatian men on the back of the church, just because of that, you know, it stayed probably in the blood. And priest used his wooden box to make an altar and to say Mass for everybody. And that was the way how they kept the faith in this area for 500 years. People who were living in the simple villages who couldn't read and write, only what they did, they prayed very hard and they worked very hard. And today when we think why Our Lady came to Medjugorje, sometimes we say because our who knows, grandfathers, grandmothers were praying for her coming. And then she said, when they asked her why Medjugorje, then she said, when I found this parish, I found enough people who prayed here. It's coming from our grandparents. And Turks were controlling this area in different ways. Croatian people had to pay different kind of taxes. Probably you would be very busy here in the past. Tax in food, in wine, animals, whatever they produced, they had to give a part of that to Turkish local government, and they were paying more than Turks. And Turkish people always built their towns close to the river. And you know what river means in a Middle Age? Life. Life, yes. And